Saudi Arabia is building NEOM, a futuristic city in the desert, robots, flying taxis, and sustainability at its core. It's a vision that begs the question, could such ambition take root on the Horn of Africa's strategic coastlines, in Eritrea or Somalia? The idea seems audacious, given the region's history of conflict and hardship. Yet, dreams spark transformation. Imagining a NEOM in this region challenges us to see beyond headlines of instability. The Horn of Africa sits at a crossroads of continents, watching over vital shipping lanes, but its story has long been one of turmoil. Still, history shows nations can pivot. Ambition itself can be a catalyst for change, shifting narratives from despair to aspiration. This essay explores whether Eritrea or Somalia could ever harbor such a dream, and what obstacles or hidden strengths they might possess. It's not just about economics or engineering, but political will, stability, and the power of transformative ideas. The region's future is shaped by global rivalries and the competition for resources and influence. As we compare Eritrea and Somalia, we also examine the broader contest for the Horn's future. The dream of a NEOM, however distant, is a lens to view this complex and fascinating region. NEOM isn't just a city, it's Saudi Arabia's bold leap into a post-oil era, with a $500 billion price tag. The plan, a zero-carbon AI-managed metropolis with high-speed transit and no cars. Its centerpiece, The Line, is a 170-kilometer linear city, promising walkable communities and cutting-edge sustainability. NEOM aims to attract global talent in biotech, manufacturing, and digital sciences, redefining urban life. But critics question its feasibility, citing technological, financial, and ethical challenges, including displacement of local tribes. Some see it as a PR move rather than a practical solution, yet construction is underway, signaling what's possible with enough capital and will. If successful, NEOM could shift economic power in the Middle East and set a new standard for the region. For the Horn of Africa, it's both inspiration and a daunting benchmark. NEOM highlights the vast gap between Gulf wealth and the realities of countries like Eritrea and Somalia. It's the standard against which any similar ambition must be measured. Across the Red Sea, Eritrea and Somalia mirror NEOM's geography but not its reality. Eritrea's 1,150-kilometer coastline and the Dahlak archipelago offer untapped potential, while its strategic position shapes its fiercely independent identity. Somalia boasts Africa's longest mainland coastline, fronting both the Gulf of Aden and Indian Ocean, prime for ports, fisheries, and tourism. Both nations sit astride vital maritime routes, but this has brought both opportunity and conflict. Eritrea is tightly controlled, with a single-party state emphasizing order but stifling private enterprise and engagement. Somalia, in contrast, is fragmented, marked by decades of conflict, but also by a resilient private sector and a dynamic diaspora. Eritrea's isolation has led to stagnation. Somalia's chaos has bred entrepreneurial energy. The difference isn't geography but governance and society. Both coastlines hold promise, but their destinies are shaped by their internal dynamics. Eritrea's economy is among the world's least developed, hampered by state control, indefinite national service, and isolation. This has triggered a mass exodus of talent and left the country cut off from investment and aid. Without a dramatic shift in policy, Eritrea lacks the resources and openness for a mega-project. Somalia's main challenge is insecurity. Al-Shabaab's insurgency and political fragmentation make large-scale development nearly impossible. Corruption and destroyed infrastructure further deter investment. While Somalia's informal economy is vibrant, basic state functions and infrastructure are missing. For both, the dream of a NEOM-like city remains out of reach without peace, stability, and foundational reforms. Building a NEOM-scale city demands vast capital, hundreds of billions, sustained over decades. It requires political stability, unified vision, and strong, centralized leadership to coordinate and protect such a project. Transparent legal frameworks and investor confidence are essential. Infrastructure must extend beyond the city. World-class ports, airports, power, and digital networks. Importing expertise and developing a skilled domestic workforce are critical. Most importantly, a megacity needs people. Scientists, entrepreneurs, and creatives drawn by quality of life and opportunity. Without these pillars, even the most advanced city is just an empty shell. The human element is the true lifeblood of any great city. Measured against NEOM's requirements, Eritrea and Somalia reveal stark contrasts. Eritrea's centralized control could, in theory, mobilize resources and land for a grand project. Its pristine coastline is a blank canvas and the government has experience with nation-building, albeit on a smaller scale. But Eritrea's isolation, lack of capital, and depleted human capital are overwhelming obstacles. A NEOM would require Eritrea to reverse its core policies and open up to the world, an unlikely shift under current leadership. Somalia's strength lies in its entrepreneurial spirit and global diaspora, which could provide investment and skills. Some regions, like Somaliland, offer relative stability for smaller-scale projects. Yet, persistent insecurity and weak governance make a nationwide megacity impossible. Somalia has the energy and connections, but lacks the foundational peace and infrastructure. Both nations have potential, but neither is ready for a NEOM-scale leap. The NEOM dream in the Horn of Africa is deeply tied to regional geopolitics. The Red Sea is a contested corridor, with Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE investing in ports and alliances to secure influence. Both Eritrea and Somalia are courted by these powers, who see strategic value in their coastlines. Gulf patronage could, in theory, underwrite a transformative project, a mini-NEOM as a symbol of influence, but reliance on foreign backers risks sovereignty and entanglement in wider conflicts. The ambitions of outside powers may not align with local needs. Even if the dream remains distant, it shapes ambitions and strategies in Asmara and Mogadishu. Sometimes, the power of the dream itself is enough to start reshaping a region's future.